So many people tell us to have a purpose, to do what we want, to do what we have a purpose, to be motivated to do things we love. How do you figure it out, though? I want to share a bit of my journey with you today. I was always goal-oriented. Achieving the next thing was the most important to me, and that's how I got here. So I'm sharing the journey because I had a shift in ideas and in concepts to this. To now I have a North Star and not a goal. And I explain the difference in a bit, and I also share how I got my North Star. But first we gotta look through the valley of despair to the hard times that helped me get through that. So when people said to enjoy the journey, I thought they didn't understand the game. That's how far I was goal-driven. I wanted to get the next thing done. High school, university, getting married, having kids, starting a business. It was all like chop, 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 chop. It's something that I can achieve, so I'm going and get it done. But now I'm here. I finished high school, I finished university, I got married, I have a kid, and I have a business. What's next? This is the end of the goal-driven, achievement-oriented thought process. It's not that I'm not driven. It's not that I don't want to achieve great things. But the question is, what keeps us moving in hard times when goals themselves may become irrelevant? 2 years ago, my mother got diagnosed with cancer again, the third time. At the same time, we got the good news that we're expecting a baby for the first time. Over the course of the next months, I had to finish my master's degree. My mother got worse, and our baby grew. It wasn't there yet, but it was definitely growing. So what matters most now? All of them are important because I need to finish my master's degree so I can find a job. That's what everybody told me. I need to get ready because our baby is coming, but my mother is dying. So how do I get all the things done? How do I get started in doing the right thing? Because it doesn't matter that I need to sit down and do my master's degree if my family needs me. So that's when I started noticing, and that's when I started to move more and more, is that family matters most to me. There is something that I don't want to miss, even if it's hard. I don't want to miss being with my mother, with my whole family. We could be there when she passed, and looking back, it was hard. It was many hard decisions in that time. But I'm glad that I could help my dad figure those out. While at the same time, I needed to get ready to actually have a baby boy at our place, that he can grow up, that he has everything he needs. So I had to become a man, and I had to step it up. The question is, how do I set a goal that gives me orientation, but I can still keep enjoying the journey and being flexible enough to actually being able to make a decision on the go, where my goal of finishing my master's degree wouldn't have made it obvious that I should be there with my family. Being there with my family also had different choices along the way. So set a North Star to enjoy the journey. The interesting thing with a North Star is that you can only have one. There are no two North Stars. So And that's also the essence of making a decision. It's we often set many goals that we want to achieve, but not all goals are similar, and we can have many goals. But if we decide to have a North Star, we can only have one, because there are no two. So the second point to that is your North Star is a guiding goal and not a milestone goal. What I mean by that, and that's what I referenced earlier, is a guiding goal gives you guidance, but it is not something that you can check off. You can never finish the North Star, because the North Star, no matter how far you go, you'll always hunt it. You will always be in the chase of the North Star, but you will never reach it physically. And so the difference to that is with the milestone goals, it's, oh yeah, I want to finish my master's degree because that's a big milestone in my life. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube because that's a milestone. It is something that you can attain, that you can check off. And so it helps to break down the North Star goal with milestone goals that these will come along the way. And if we keep in the picture of the North Star, it's if you start sailing from Europe to America, you will start by going through milestones, because you're not going to go across the ocean without having stops for supplies, without having certain landmarks that you want to reach. And that's where the North Star is giving you guidance, so you'll be on the road to the States. But you across that way, you're not always going straight, you're going the best way of the situation, which sometimes is a detour just because it aligns with your North Star and with the needs of the situation. So the third thing is, you can enjoy the journey with your North Star in place, because having the guidance from the North Star is giving you one thing to work towards, to aim towards. But it's not like a target when you're shooting your bow. It's if you hit the bullet eye is the main points, and everything else is missing the target. And that's something that I struggled a lot with, because if I don't know what the exact target is, how do I know that I take the best path? Whereas now, thinking as a North Star, it's a guiding goal because it gives me a direction without giving me the next step, maybe. It just gives me the road that I need to take somewhere in this region. And that's a lot more helpful to think about it that way, because I don't actually know if I am done with finishing that goal. And so the milestone principle is then to set okay, so if I aim for the North Star, it's up there, then that means this island there is my milestone target where I go to next. And then when I hit that island, when I'm in the harbor, I can get back to the North Star and be okay, so I need to go that way now, so I'll hit that that island there next. And so it helps you guide it, but it gives you the flexibility to actually enjoy the journey and to be easy and flexible enough to also make decisions along the way that might not have been able if you're targeting for one specific milestone. On the other hand, it gives you also the possibility to say, oh yeah, now I need to focus on this because this is such a big point in my life that I need to clear up to actually keep going towards my North Star, and it hinders everything else. So I just dig in, I'll get laser focused, figure this one thing out, and then I'll get back to my North Star. So the journey has different parts to it. So how do you get now to find your North Star? I have 5 simple questions that I know it's difficult because they're going to be more vague, I guess, but they will guide you towards the North Star, because sure, there are things that you can ask if you have your North Star. It's easier to work back to the milestone than to first find your North Star, because that's another general concept where you're like generally along this path. So the first question is, what matters most to you? What motivates you to get out of bed? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to become? Who do you need to become? With those questions, you can start narrowing down what actually would be on your path to the North Star and what is going to be the biggest of them all. So let me give you an example of my North Star. I know this is focused on me, so you don't have to copy it. It's just there to help you find guidance in it. So if I work through the 5 questions, what matters most to you is like my family matters most to you. I'm getting out of bed in the morning because I want to provide for them, because I want them to have a good, stable life. I want them to grow up good, that my wife is provided for, that my wife is taken care of, that my kids will have a good setup for their lives, because I know that that's my mission. So where do I want to go? I want to go where I can help my family the most, and where I can become who I need to be, because I need to be a good father, a good husband, a good man. I need to be a good example for my son, that he can look at me and be like, okay, so I can actually become that. So who do I need to become? I need to become a good leader for that. I need to become a good shepherd for that. I need to become a good steward of my finances, of my resources, of my time. I need to be good with managing my time. I need to become effective in what I need to do, so I don't waste my time doing something that I don't actually need to get done. So that's all those questions. So what is the key essence of all these answers? My North Star is, I want to be the best man for my family, to serve them as a God-honoring leader. So I can say that again. I want to be the best man for my family, to serve them as a God-honoring leader. Because I think as a Christian, I'm called to be a father, and since I am a father, I am also needing to be a good leader for them and to provide for the family first, before I go out and do all the other things that get me distracted from my family again. Because I'm here to serve my family. So this means for my actions that I need to make family first choices. What is best for my family? That's my question. If I check something, I'm first checking if the general alignment is there, but then it's also what is best for my family, what suits them best, what helps them further, what is something that might be hard in the moment, but I know it will be good for them in the future. Then I need to become the man I'm striving to be. I needed to take care of myself to serve them, but not in a selfish way, but in a serving way. And that's a difference, because I need to strive to be a better man so I can be a better father, husband, leader. And that means that I need to also become humble in what I do. I need to take corrections from others, because I don't know everything. Other men have been here before, so can I learn from them? Can I watch them? If they have a tip for me, do I take it? And so that's who I need to become. And then I'm building a business to provide for them, which is the journey of all of it is on this channel. So if you like that, please subscribe to see more of it, because I'm not done. Because in a business, there's a better way for me actually to make family first decisions that I couldn't if I have other choices or other job arrangements. So lastly, I'm sharing this journey with others, with you, to help other dads get themselves set up too. That's my mission, because I don't want to just do it for myself. I want to just share my progress too and document the journey I'm on too, because I think it is important that we become a good man for our family. And I know that much of what I'm saying is not necessarily aligning with what society is expecting right now. And that's the danger out there. Yeah, so if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and I see you next time.